This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Hello. Is it Batavia, Illinois? Chiropractor in Illinois is facing numerous criminal charges for recording nude videos of his patients.
Oh.
David Hansen owns, well, soon to be owned, Hansen Family Chiropractic.
Hansi. Are you going to say Hansi?
It is Hansi, yeah. In Batavia, investigators say Hansen used hidden cameras to secretly record more than 180 of his patients as they undressed or were already unclothed. The Kane County State's Attorney Office says officers arrested him on Wednesday night after they searched his home and office. They also found a bunch of videos of child porn that he possessed and distributed, so it's not going to be good for him.
That took a turn.
The child porn images were unrelated to his chiropractic practice.
Yeah, you don't really need to be naked at the chiropractor. I dated a girl once here in town, and she said that there was a chiropractor in Madison that got way too handsy for her, and she stopped after the initial visit. It was one of those, like you go in and you got to get a base, he's got to kind of give you a physical type thing.
Yeah.
She's like, it was just for my back. I didn't need to basically get a breast exam. And she never went back.
Yeah, Amber had a similar experience.
That's because she wanted me to crack her back. I didn't know. My hand, one hand slipped. Jesus.
Dude, never make a joke about touching Amber again. I will run you over.
Way too early in the morning for these hands. These hands.
No, but at my chiropractor, you have to so the first exam, you change into a gown.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
I can think of is
yeah.
for the nakedness. You know what I'm saying?
Call me and tell me if I don't need a name. I'd rather not get sued before 7 a.m. Tell me how your handsy visit to the doctor went and where the red flag was.
You don't want to know girls' stories.
Oh, I'm sure it's not great.
Like, I've had women tell me stories about how when they first started going to the doctor and they didn't realize what was happening until they get older.
I'm going to do some I have a new program called light therapy, but I have to at least see your vagina first. Get some light up there.
It's crazy. It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Not good.
I'm not taking my shirt off, sir, for a neck adjustment. Thank you. What are you going to see my balls for?
Mm-hmm.
So what?
He's got court coming up.
No, he's got court. The kitty thing. Oh, dude, what do you?
Okay.
That's a death sentence.
PC2.
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
Not going to be at Wendy's. It's set to close hundreds of locations across the United States as part of its turnaround plan.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Did you?
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. I guess Wendy's is having a big problem. The burger chain stock has lost nearly 50% of its value this year. So
I also have not been to a Wendy's in 1 year.
I guess we're the problem.
We're the problem.
Yeah, currently operating without a permanent CEO after its previous leader abruptly left after just a year and a half on the job.
Oh, wow.
Confusing mix of promotions hurt sales last quarter. We're not happy with our sales performance. That's what Ken Cook said. He's the CFO and the interim CEO. The fast food industry is in a slump, and Wendy's isn't immune. Chief rivals McDonald's and BK also reported sluggish sales earlier this year as consumers come back on spending.
Prices kept going up too.
Yeah.
On that stuff.
So they are closing a bunch of stores.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why don't I stop at Wendy's? This is a great question.
Around 200 to 350 restaurants. Affected locations are those that are consistently underperforming and dragging down the chain's overall performance.
Probably location.
The closures will begin this year and continue through 2026. These actions will strengthen the system and enable franchisees to invest more capital and resources in their remaining restaurants.
Right.
Specific list of locations wasn't announced.
It's really weird because the spicy chicken and a Frosty is, and that nice little bowl of chili. It's a nice option.
The chili's legit.
But, there's such a thing as kind of like the new kid on the block. Like that. We've been going to that, what's that soup kitchen over there on the east side? Zumba or something. I don't know what it's called. Zupas. What's a Zumba? Is that a vacuum cleaner?
Dance.
Huh?
It's a dance class.
Oh, I thought it was a vacuum cleaner.
Roomba is a vacuum cleaner. You get so easily confused.
Are people's diets, are we evolving? Now a gourmet soup and a lighter sandwich is the option we kind of want now? Is that just because the option?
We want higher quality food.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we want higher quality food. If we're paying $11 for something.
Yeah. I mean, when you're too poor to go to Wendy's, I mean, here we are. What's the next option? I don't know. Fried bologna, I guess. I mean, we got one right around the corner. Why don't I stop at Wendy's? Because I'm on the way to Burger King. I don't know. We all have our favorites, and their hamburger's damn good. It's fresh. I will tell you. I will make a bold statement that the vegetables they use on their hamburgers are probably some of the freshest in the business.
Right.
They're not limp. It looks like the advertisement.
Never. I don't go. I just don't go.
I'm trying to give you 3 good reasons why I don't go to Wendy's. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to firm up their soft sales.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. I'm trying to eat less overall. I mean, we're always trying to adjust and lie to ourselves about eating better. But the cost is always, so it seems like a fast food is a $13 to $15 adventure these days.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. There's a certain place in town where a cup of coffee and the breakfast sandwich is almost $9.
It's what stops me every time.
And I look at it and I just laugh and I don't pull the trigger.
Whenever I think about how much it's going to be, I just drive my ass home.
It's like that's too much gas in my car.
Right. I drive my ass home and I make myself something to eat there.
I don't. Yeah, there's not value in that for me.
Right.
I mean, if you want to call it a value or a V meal, whatever you want to do. But that's not value to me.
No, because before it was you're saving time.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot of money.
It's not that it's not good. It's terrific.
So
but I can't.
I'll sacrifice my time now because the money's too much.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So I'll run home, make something quick, and then go about whatever I was doing.
That makes sense. Didn't they sell to another fast food conglomerate, whatever, investment firm, whatever it was? So I don't know. You know what they do? They try to cut corners and raise prices. I know. That seems to be because they're trying to milk their investment back. But and then I thought they got bought out. I might be wrong. Yeah,
I don't know.
And then you shrink the company, and then they shrink and raise prices until it's profitable. It's an alarming business model. It generally doesn't work.
Yeah. So
and we see through their bull crap.
I mean, almost 300 stores about ready to close, so that's a lot.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's amazing. Yeah.
Alrighty.
They still have the ice cream. You still get a frosty up your up your schnoz there. The Frosties are dynamite, by the way.
Without a doubt.
I'm trying to eat less Frosties in my life.
Yeah.
See, I'm on this high blood pressure pill, so I'm trying to get off my high blood pressure pill because I've made mistakes along the way, and I'm trying to rectify everything before they rectify my rectal.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Yeah. All right. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction was Saturday night. Bad Company, The White Stripes, Outkast, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden were officially inducted, right? Cyndi Lauper held a moment of silence during her performance to honor the gays. Yes, girl.
The who?
The gays.
Who is that? A band or just gays?
First of all, we're not just gays. We're fabulous.
I knew that. Don't make me say it.
She was also joined by Avril Lavigne, Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Jill.
I don't understand how somebody help me out on this. How Cyndi Lauper is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at Motorhead, just in the back of the room.
There's all kinds of pot people in there, so just calm down.
Well, that doesn't make my question any less important. You don't have to answer it. It's fine. You don't have to justify it. It's just effed up, but that's all. There's just things in life that are effed up, and you move on.
And Ray, I don't know who that is. That chaperone girl inducted her.
Oh, yeah. I know that girl.
So, yeah, who doesn't? PC2.
Importing millions of illegals.
You know what? I get tired of these freaking autoplay. Freaking autoplay.
How is Def Leppard in the? I'll even give you Def Leppard, at least more of a rock band in the Hall of Fame before Motorhead. That's a weird strategy.
Jim Carrey inducted Soundgarden, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here we go.
After the show, they handed me what is to this day one of my most prized possessions, the Fender Telecaster Chris played on the show. Signed by the whole band. Pay no attention to the burn marks on the pickguard.
Someone backstage was playing with matches.
So Brandy Carlisle and Taylor Momsen did the vocals on that.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
I love that.
So Paul Rogers of Bad Company, he couldn't be there.
He's got a health. He's not well.
Instead, he made a video message, which included his inspo to get into rock and roll.
That night I went to a dance and I heard a record by Little Richard. Good golly, Miss Molly. And I thought to myself, I'm going to follow that music and find out all about it. Now I find myself being inducted into the brotherhood and sisterhood of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with our band Bad Company. From the Desiderata, you are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. Therefore, be at peace with God, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. It is still a beautiful world. My prayer for us is that we all choose love. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
That's a great speech.
Here's Cindy.
I know that I stand on the shoulders of the women in the industry that came before me, and my shoulders are broad enough to have the women that come after me stand on mine.
Why you hate on Cyndi Lauper so
Can't
bad.
Believe you're doing that on purpose, but that's all right. Cyndi Lauper, Iron Maiden. I don't know. You decide. Anyways,
I don't know why Iron Maiden's not in, but here's Cyndi Lauper. I don't know why you got to target her. It's not her fault Iron Maiden isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, she could have turned it down in honor of Iron Maiden.
God, you're dumb. Salt and Pepper also got inducted. They were joined by another famous female group.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Salt and Pepper, spin around and let's go. Come on, just throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. If you came to rock with Salt and Pepper tonight, let me hear you say, oh yeah. Check. Here I go, here I go, here I go again, girls. What's my weakness?
Man.
Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. Let's talk about sex, baby. Y'all know this one. Hey. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Come on. Let's talk about sex. I can't hear you. Let's talk about sex. You will. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about it. Oh yeah. Give it up for the beautiful, the loving, the legendary funky divas themselves in vogue.
So, are you okay with Salt and Pepper being in there, but not
Ish.
Okay.
I do like the Shoop song. I always played that on the radio.
That's-
Yeah, what was the one before that? The one for the hit, the one hit they had. I love that song. It's a good one.
In Vogue, man, they're awesome too. But yeah, I don't.
No, they were huge. How Salt and Pepper influenced more people, more bands than say Motorhead did would be. I would love to hear that answer because I don't think that's equal, but that's all right.
I don't think so either. I don't.
It's just there's no metal. It's just it doesn't exist. They don't like it. They don't want it, and that's just my perspective of it. It's just weird.
Right. Well, that's been.
But I also don't lose any sleep over it. So. But it isn't crazy how the bands they always say they don't care, but boy, they do write some fancy speeches once they get in there. It's important to them. They do love it.
Yeah. Let's see. What is? Yes, I agree. For Christ's sake.
And all these celebrities show up and other things. Hell, they just put Peter Frampton in last year, and he had the biggest live selling album in the history of music, and they just put him in.
So, performer celebrating the iconic artists who've created music whose originality, impact, and influence has changed the course of rock and roll. Okay, I would say Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, Outkast, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes have definitely done that. Musical influence. This award acknowledges artists whose music and performance and style have influenced, inspired, evolved rock and roll and music impacting culture. Salt and Pepper and Warren Zevon. Yeah, 100%. Musical excellence. This award recognizes individuals who've dedicated their lives to crafting influential, important music infused with originality, achieving a level of timeless distinction. Carol Kay, Nicky Hopkins, Tom Bell. No idea.
Yeah. Popularity contest.
But I mean, those other, you can't deny that those other artists changed the course and they were original and they had influence.
Yeah, MTV for sure. Yeah, that was a huge part of their career.
So
I'm not going to fight with you. I don't understand why you don't throw some of the old dogs that have been around. I think Motorhead was nominated once they came up. Huh? So anyways, we got that going for us. Cyndi Lauper's in. Thank God I can sleep tonight. She just didn't influence my life. I don't know what the thing was. Did she influence you?
Yeah, 100%.
How did she influence you?
Her I liked how outgoing she was, and she didn't give a crap what she wore.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I don't think there was a girl in the 80s or 90s that wasn't influenced by Cyndi Lauper.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, her timing couldn't have been better with Big Lou Albano and MTV and all the things. Boy, she hit it. It was perfect timing. That's for damn sure. She was fun and energetic.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, she did. She did kind of in her own right. I guess she did definitely do her own thing. I will give you that. She was one of one. I will give you that. That feels right.
And I think I think that's part of the consideration.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's that.
Oh, jeez.
We're never happy.
No, you got to get
we're never happy with it. So
is Foreigner in?
I have no idea.
They're in. I think they got it. Was it last year, the year before? Thank God.
Feels like it was recently.
Well, they deserve it.
I still haven't been there. I would. I'll go.
It's nuts. It's so fun.
Replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Oh, jeez. Is he in the Hall of Fame? Thank you. Ow.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down the big lake they call Gitchagoo.
Okay.
The lake it is said.
All right.
Everybody gives up her dead.
Let's see. Captain Ernest McSorley and his crew were fighting for their lives in the battle against the Witch of November when his final words went out over the radio. What were his final words, John?
We're holding our own.
Correct.
Asses.
Less than 50 minutes later, the 35-foot waves on Lake Superior and a blinding snowstorm overcame the mighty Edmund Fitzgerald ship and its 29-person crew. There was no distress signal. November 10th marks 50 years since the sinking of the Fitzgerald. Its crew still rests 500 feet below the surface of Lake Superior in Canadian waters near Whitefish Bay. But the memory lives on in legend, song, and tradition. Despite extensive investigations, authorities still aren't exactly sure what happened in the moments after McSorley radioed, although they have some theories about how the storm overcame the ship. The tragedy was etched into popular culture by Gordon Lightfoot's haunting folk ballad, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which spent 21 weeks on the Billboard charts in 1976.
21. Coming in at number 1 again. Beating out Disco Duck. Here's Gordon Lightfoot and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Gordon Lightfoot, who once followed me on Twitter and died in 2023, called the song his finest work.
All the disco people were like, what the hell is this song on the radio? What is happening right now?
Yearly ceremony to be held yet again today rings a bell to keep the memory of the lost sailors alive. The Fitzgerald's bell, which once sat beneath the icy waters of Lake Superior, rings out 30 times every year. 29 rings for the Fitzgerald's lost souls and once for the estimated 30,000 other sailors who have lost their lives in the Great Lakes.
I think they do one for Gordon now. They ring it for Gordon as well.
So they do 31?
Yeah, whatever, 1 or 2 extra. But I thought it was just 1 extra, but I know they say Gordon's name because I watched a documentary on it a couple of days ago. There's a really cool documentary. It's called Part-Time Explorer. And this dude, I'd never seen it before, but it's about an hour and 50 minutes. It's a long watch. But they go through when that boat got launched, it almost capsized. Because it kind of bounced over to the other retaining wall.
Yeah.
And that wasn't supposed to happen. And then the lady that tried to break the champagne, Edmund Fitzgerald's wife, from the bank in Milwaukee, she couldn't break it 3 times.
That's bad luck.
And he said that's horrible luck.
Family members requested the bell be recovered from the wreck, and it was in 1995. The original bell was replaced on the underwater ship with a replica engraved with the 29 sailors' names on it. So it's like their grave marker, basically. Right. Yeah. All right. So a half century after the Great Lakes' most famous shipwreck, which is the Edmund Fitzgerald, the grip on the public imagination has waned a little. The ship sank on the second day of its final voyage of the season in the early evening of November 10th, 1975, about 17 miles northwest of Whitefish Point, Michigan. The Fitzgerald's legacy endures for many reasons. Launched in 1958, it was the largest ship on the Great Lakes for its first 13 years. When it passed through the Sioux Locks in northern Michigan, crowds gathered to watch and cheer. It was also the last commercial ship to sink on the Great Lakes. Much about the tragedy remains unknown, its story buried in the lake bed. The storm caused the wreck, but what exact circumstances of what happened remain uncertain. What caused the Edmund Fitzgerald to sink remains a point of debate and mystery a half century later. Theories range from the Edmund Fitzgerald striking a shoal and suffering bottom damage to flooding through the freighter's hatch covers, which filled the ship with water and sank it, to rogue waves, to structural flaws in the ship that the 1975 storm made deadly. Two major federal investigations were conducted after the Fitzgerald sinking. One by the U.S. Coast Guard's Marine Board of Investigation, which released its report in July of 1977, and the other by the NTSB, whose findings and recommendations were released May 1978. The Coast Guard Marine Board of Investigation, in its conclusions, noted that the lack of survivors and witnesses and the incomplete information on all the ship was facing on Lake Superior that day and evening meant the approximate cause of the loss of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald cannot be determined. But the report goes on to list its suspected cause flooding through the ship's topside hatches. The NTSB report agreed, noting that the probable cause of this accident was a sudden massive flooding of the cargo hold due to the collapse of one or more hatch covers.
Right. Which weren't watertight, by the way.
Yeah.
They had 6 pumps. Here's an interesting theory. One of the theory is that a wave came up behind it. These were like 40-foot waves.
Yeah.
I mean, just insane numbers. And it went straight down, and so the boat was taller, longer than the water it sank in. So if you would have stood the boat straight up, it would have been sticking 200 extra feet out of the water.
Crazy.
That's how long that goddamn boat was.
Damn, dude.
So they think a wave might have came up behind it, drove the bow into the bottom of the lake, just snapped from the tension or torsion or whatever it was.
Sure, yeah.
And then that's because there's like 200 feet of bow missing. Or not bow, but, middle of the boat, there's a giant piece that's kind of missing. So I think it would have drove it into the sand or into the bottom of the lake and just snapped it.
Yeah.
And the ass of that boat would have been sticking 200 feet up out of the water.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy, dude? That is crazy theories, and they can't seem to land on one.
They can't. Yeah, even now
There was a guy. You should watch this documentary. It's really interesting. There was a guy that wrote a book based on how unseaworthy the Edmund Fitzgerald was.
Yeah.
And he thinks it was the hull. He was on the boat, and they were in some rough storms previous. And he goes, that ship twisted like no other boat twisted he had ever been on.
Oh, really?
So it twisted so much that the paint on the inside, because you could walk on top of the boat from one end to the other, because the captain was up front, and the dining and all the rooms and everything were in the back of the boat. But you could walk on top, or they had like two tunnels you could walk through right underneath the top of the boat,
Yeah.
And he goes, it would twist so bad the paint would chip and flake off.
That's wild.
Of the metal. That's how much it twisted. And he knew that the hull was compromised because they were using kind of new technology when they built it, unproven technology, he says.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's what just ripped it in two.
Crazy.
It finally just reached its breaking point.
Yeah.
Crazy theories on that. Yeah. And by the way, here's something you'll see in the thing I thought was amazing. They took the original bell off the boat. So when they took it off, they had the divers down there. When they took it off, an air bubble came up. This was when they take the bell off, the 80s?
95.
95. So in 95, they took the bell off, and an air bubble came up out of the bell.
Yeah.
And that was original air that was still trapped inside the bell when it went down in 75. And they have that on video. It's really spooky.
Yeah.
Strange stuff. Strange things are afoot.
Yeah.
At the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Wow, that's weird.
But another hour, you would have made Whitefish Bay, my friend.
Yeah. All right. So long as bulk carrier freighters move goods through the Great Lakes and through the severe storms that can pop up in November and other months, the risk of an Edmund Fitzgerald type disaster is never zero. But improvements in weather forecasting, Great Lakes bottom mapping, I mapped your mom's bottom, and other safety technology make such a disaster far less likely, experts say. In the 1970s, Great Lakes freighters primarily received weather information through voice radio broadcasts from the U.S. Coast Guard and other marine reports by radio. Mariners would use this information to manually create their own weather charts. Observation technology at the time was much less sophisticated than it is today, relying on reports from shore stations and other vessels. With the weather forecasting capabilities of today, the crew of the Edmund Fitzgerald may not have even embarked from port in Superior, Wisconsin, on the far western shore of Lake Superior as they did on November 9th, 1975. The biggest difference now is even before leaving Superior, they would have had a pretty good forecast for a good 24 hours before even their planned departure.
Yeah, the storm came up out of Kansas.
And
it moved westerly back over to Lake Superior, and they thought it was going to stay below Superior. It was a hell of a storm, man.
Crazy.
It was a crazy. What else was weird about that? He said that when they talked to the guy that was alive at the time of the documentary, the boat that went back, that was ahead of it. What was that called? The Anderson or something? And that guy was on that boat, and he goes, back in the day, we would just be balls out. We didn't care about the weather because we were invincible. So they just go out and chop through the stuff,
Yeah.
It didn't care because they thought they were, unsinkable. And he goes, that all changed when the Eddy Fitzgerald went down.
Yeah.
He goes, now we drop anchor and just sit on our ass and wait for the storm to blow over.
Sure.
He goes, that was the end of that. That took that whole mindset kind of went away,
Yeah.
So and there you go. Not a wreck since.
I guess you have to get government permission now to get down to the Eddy Fitzgerald. It's 530 feet below.
Oh, thank you.
The Canadian government says it's a protected site since 2006 because it's the victims' families wanted to.
I'm surprised they haven't made a movie about or did they? I mean, there's documentaries. I don't think they made a movie.
It's protected by the Ontario Heritage Act, which has been amended to specifically protect the wreck site as marine archaeological site and a designated grave site. So there you have it.
You know who would have been a great captain? Robert Shaw from Jaws on his boat. He would have been a great McSorley in the movie. But the families were not happy with the perfect storm either.
Yeah.
Because they said that well, our husbands or brothers or whatever weren't dumb. They wouldn't have tried to plow through that storm. They got caught in it.
Yeah.
And you guys made it look like they were a bunch of idiot cowboys.
Well, yeah, right.
So they weren't happy with that version either of the storm.
Yeah, that's the problem when Hollywood gets a hold of that, right?
Yeah.
You can't really.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you need another perfect storm? I don't know. It'd be about what it would look like, wouldn't it?
Well, right. I mean, like that article said, it's crazy how captivated the public still is with that shipwreck. And this is like...
You know what they showed in the documentary? Yeah, that's a good point. At the time, the age of the 24-hour news cycle was just starting to be a thing. And so everybody knew about the ship right away, and they had people up there like reporting on the spot.
Yeah.
Which kind of was not a thing.
It was new, yeah.
But it was just becoming a thing.
Right.
And so everybody knew immediately around the world,
Yeah.
And, there's enough mystery to it to keep it alive. Nobody knew how, still don't know.
Right. So making a movie about it, I don't know. You'd have to be, you're going to piss off a lot of people if you get certain things wrong.
Right. What version would you use? Or you don't even. I don't know how you would do that.
I don't know how you would either because you have to make it dramatic.
Yeah, so you'd have to do like Titanic. You would have to invent personalities, people,
right.
family, their drama,
subplot.
Right. Is he leaving a girlfriend behind? Is he about to get married? The kid's going into wants to go to college. He wants to start a rock band. How do you even? Oh man.
Yeah.
The mountain of paperwork would be crazy.
Yeah, so...
that one almost feels like it's better left alone, isn't it?
And maybe that's why no one's touched it.
I don't know. Maybe the song is good enough and you don't need a movie. Maybe the song is the version of the movie and you come to your own conclusions, I guess. It's a crazy story.
Yeah, it is.
We got to play it.
We should play it.
Oh, man.
Are we playing it now?
Yeah, let's rock that thing. Send one out to.
I'll get rid of this one here.
Send one out to Gordy here.
There you go.
Who just this morning I'm honorarily inducting Gordon Lightfoot into the JJO Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
all right.
Let him rest in peace here.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.